Hey y'all, it's your girl Ciara, and this is my, I guess my labor and delivery story. The last video that I did, I was actually 37 weeks pregnant. However, I had my baby at 38 weeks. Yeah, where do I start? Okay, I had my baby at 38 weeks. I was 38 weeks and 1 day. What happened was I was losing my mucus plug around 37 weeks, I believe, around 36, 37-ish. I was starting to lose my mucus plug. My boyfriend was home. Like I said in one of the past videos, he's a truck driver, so he comes home every 2 weeks. Just so happened he was home and I was losing my mucus plug. Great. Yeah. So one of those days, which was January the 14th to be exact, I was feeling a little funny. Yeah, I was feeling a little funny. And I had told my boyfriend, like, babe, I feel a little weird. Maybe, maybe I should go to the hospital. He like, no, ain't nothing wrong with you, whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Stayed home. The next day, which was January the 15th, Jesus, I was feeling extremely weird. So, that night I woke up and I was vomiting and I was throwing up, blood. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to have scared me. So I didn't even, I came in and I called the hospital like, look, I'm 38 weeks pregnant and I'm throwing up blood. They like, come in now. Hung up with them. Mind you, it was like 3:30. It was like about 3:20, 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So I woke my boyfriend up like, babe, I'm throwing up blood. I called the hospital. They said I need to come in now. So we jumped up, threw our stuff on or whatever, go to the hospital. So we get to the hospital, they hooked me up, put me on a monitor and everything. My blood pressure was sky high, like sky high. So it was so high. The girl was like, your blood pressure is extremely high. You might have bought yourself a ticket to have this baby today. So I'm like nervous because my boyfriend was actually supposed to go back to work literally that morning. Like it was 3 something in the morning. By the time we got to the hospital, it was like 4 because the hospital was like not too far from where we lived. So it was about 4 o'clock in the morning now at this time, and he was supposed to be leaving to go back to work at 8 o'clock. So I'm nervous as hell, like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. So they was like, yeah, we gonna have to induce you, da 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 da. They checked me, still wasn't dilated. Great. So they take me up to labor and delivery, whatever. I get up there. My boyfriend had to leave to go. He had a rent-a-car from his job because something had happened to his truck. That's a different story. So he had a rent-a-car and he had to take the rent-a-car back, which was 2-hour ride from where we were. So I'm nervous because he had to leave, and then his mother had to go because she had to drop him. So I'm so nervous. So I'm there. They put this little thing inside me. I honestly forgot what it was called. I believe it began with an S. It was a name I never heard of before. They put this little thing inside me. It looked like a Tic Tac, and they put it inside me. It's supposed to make your cervix soften and also make you dilate. So they put it in me or whatever. I'm still, nervous or whatnot. I'm in labor and delivery at this point, so I'm nervous. I'm there by myself. I knew my boyfriend was coming back, but I didn't know how fast the process was gonna work. I didn't know if I was gonna fucking dilate ASAP and I'll be giving birth to this baby and I'm there by myself and he's trying to take this car back and get back to me, and I'm scared as hell. So I started dilating slowly but surely. Whatever, I got to 4 centimeters dilated. My boyfriend was coming back. Mind you, he was going for about 4 to 5 hours, y'all. 4 to 5 hours. I'm there in the hospital by myself, so scared. Matter of fact, no, his cousin came. His cousin had came and she sat with me for a while because she works at the hospital. Thank you, girl. You kept me company. So I'm having contractions. The contractions were not bad at all. They were not. I got the 4 centimeters dilated, feeling the contractions and everything. They were okay. Um. So yeah. Um. What happened after that point? Okay. So finally, my boyfriend and them came back. The people at the hospital. Before my boyfriend came back, I'm lying. Before my boyfriend and them came back, they told me that I had stopped dilating and I was just like at a standstill. So they was like they had to give me some Pitocin to make my contractions come and to help me dilate because my pressure was still climbing and my baby heart rate was dropping. So they was like they gotta give me some Pitocin. Oh, Jesus. So they gave me Pitocin, my baby heart rate shot high. Excuse me, I'm really tired. Her baby heart rate went up and it was just like her heart rate was going up and down, up and down, up and down, and my pressure was going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I think I said my heart rate. Didn't mean my heart. I meant to say my blood pressure, my baby heart rate. So, you know, it was just both of everything. Her heart rate, my pressure was just both. They was like literally going up and down, up and down. So they gave me the Pitocin. So I'm nervous because, you know, it's when I get Pitocin. So before they gave me the Pitocin, I'm like, can I have an epidural? Because I heard about the Pitocin, how it makes your contractions come, and them shits ain't nothing to fuck with. So I was scared as hell that Pitocin. When they told me that, I was so nervous. So I got the epidural. The anesthesiologist came in. They gave me my epidural. Whatever. Then they gave me the Pitocin. That Pitocin had me high as hell. So I got the Pitocin. Now my contractions coming full force. Like boom, boom. What? Honey. My contractions was coming. So now my boyfriend is bad. I'm like in excruciating pain. I'm literally crying, like tears, crying because my contractions was so hard. Like them shits was hard as hell. Keep in mind, I was in labor for 25 hours and 27 minutes. Okay? So I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So it was bad. It was bad. So I'm tossing into like, I gotta move from side to side because they want you to constantly move because of the epidural. It have your body really stiff. So I was feeling really, really numb on my right side. I mean, it was crazy. I was feeling so numb and I couldn't move. It was hard. My contraction. It was just a mess. It was a mess. So what happened at that point? Still not dilating. I'm still at 4.5 centimeters dilated. Mind you, it's been like 15 hours. Like time was just going. This hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Oh my goodness. Still no baby, no progression. It was just a mess. So once my baby heart rate started going up, my pressure started dropping really low. They like, okay, the baby don't like this Pitocin, we have to turn it down. They turned the Pitocin down or off or whatever they did. I still wasn't dilating. I'm still just having contractions. Not nothing. So they was like, okay, well, we'll come back in about 2 hours. So I'm looking like, then they keep saying 2 hours like they saying 5 minutes. Like, what the hell? So they came back in about 2.5, 3 hours and turned my Pitocin up to the max. So now I'm getting these extra bad contractions, like extra bad contractions. Sorry, my baby right there, she sleep. So I'm getting these real bad contractions or whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna stop this video and go to part 2 because sometimes YouTube just be thinking my videos be too long and it be hard to load them. So I try to do like 10-12 minute videos and stop. So I'm about to go to part 2.